Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are solving this problem gameplay analysis, which has the table activity and the column names player ID, device ID, event date and the games played. And we need to figure it out, the fraction. So let's just quickly read the problem statement. Write an SQL query that reports the fraction of players that log in again on the day after the day they first log in. In other words, you need to count the number of players that log in for at least 2 consecutive days, starting from their first login day, and then divide that number by the total number of players. So we have the table schema here and the values. So let's go to the SQL Server Management Studio. Let me quickly create the table and insert the values. And let me check. So we have the data here. Now, so if you want to figure it out, the player ID with the consecutive number of days, so that means we need a day where the difference between the two dates should be equal to 1. So that means we can use a lag function. So use the lag function here, and we have to create a new, we have to do the lag function on the event date by 1, and we need to do the over operator and order by event date from activity, and this will give me the result. So we can use this particular column to distinguish between the difference between the two dates. So let's say here is an event date, and there's a, let me give the column name as let's just say end date. So you can see here, so there's a difference between, if I can find out the difference between the event date and the end date, if it is equals to 1, then I can say these two dates are consecutives. And here if you can check the 25 and 2, which are not consecutive at all, 2 and 2 which is also not consecutive, which is on the same date, 3 and 25 there is not also the consecutive dates. So that means the date difference, I can assume it has a 2 consecutive dates. So if I can just consider this thing as a table, and if I just do like select, I can use the case statement here. So if I use the case when the date difference, so I have to date difference by the day. So this should be the event date, end date. So it should be the end date minus event date. So if I do the end date minus the event date, so it will be -1. So instead what I can do here is I can do the end date and then event date. If it is equals to 1, then I can print the player ID, and I can just, okay, let me end this one. Let me end this case statement, and I can give this as alias as player, and then we can do this one. So this should be like this from this particular table, and let me give this as an alias. So far so good. So that means like if I'm having only one query in the case statement, it will give me the result, and all the other queries, if it is not satisfying, it gives me the null values. So let me quickly run this one, and here you can see I'm getting the player, for all the other conditions getting the null values. so we only need this one. So, and what I can do is like I can also print the other values as well. Okay. So we got a table with the player information as well. So this is the player ID, which is having the 2 consecutive dates. Now what I can use this query. So let me use this query as a common table expression. So I can use this as width. I can give it as a players as. I can just write this whole thing into one common table expression, and I can reuse this one for simplifying the other query. So this act has a particular table for me right now, and if I do just like select star from players, I can get some results. So that is, I'm getting the results for this player table. Now I can use this one. I need a row which is where I can say that where player is not null. So I will get only the records without null values. Okay, so now we need to figure it out the fraction. So the fraction is the number of player IDs divided by the total number of player. So what I can do is I can use the count function of players. So we need a player. So all the players. So I need a count of that one, and then I need to divide it by the total number of players. So I can get the total number of players from the activity table. So I can simply write this as select. I need to count the distinct number of players from activity. So this whole thing is giving me the count of all the player IDs. So in this table, with the activity, we have some distinct. I've applied the distinct function here, so there are like total 3 here. So I'm getting the 3 value here at the denominator, but it's a fraction value. So the denominator, I can like cast this. I can just cast this value as float. Okay, so the value which I'm getting, I'm just considering as a float value, and if I just divide this one with this, I will get some fraction values. So I think we're all good, and let me give this as an alias, so as a fraction, and let's just quickly run this one, see if we're getting the results or not. There you go, we're getting the fraction, which is 0.33, and specifically mentioned here that we need to round it off to 2 decimal places. So we can use the round function here. So we can use the round of this whole value, this one, as 2, and then as this one as a fraction. I'm sorry, so this should be as float. So this should be float, and then I think it's all fine right now. So let me quickly run this. There you go, we are getting the fraction value. Hope you are clear with the query right now. Just practice it, and if you are stuck somewhere, just follow my video. See you next time. Bye bye.